Finally, this MLB offseason is picking up and catching some steam as there is some major news coming out about this Juan Soto to the Yankees deal that could possibly be done in December. What's going on, guys? The King of 161st Street. I'm back with another video, and reports came out by Andy Martino that said the Yankees and Padres have gotten to the point in discussions of exchanging names and exchanging offers. This may sound very pedantic and may sound like a non-story. Frankly, this whole offseason has been a non-story, so I understand. But this is actually a little different, because hearing that they are the one team so far that has been exchanging names means that they've talked over 3 times, because you have to gauge the waters on whether he's actually available, tier of player, and also just leverage pulls. And that's really what's happening right now, is each team is trying to gain leverage here. The Padres made their first swing of leverage when they came out and told the Yankees, look, we want Volpe, Dominguez, King, and Schmidt, a combination of prospects in the pitching department. People are going to see that and say, unrealistic, no deal. This is an initial offer. Think about if you're at your job and you're asking for a starting salary. What is something that people always tell you? Start off high. Start off really high. Maybe not too high, but start off high so that they come down to the price that you want. This is them throwing out a price at the moon so that they can land on a star. They want to land somewhere in the middle there and get what they actually want. One reason you know this is just a leverage push and not really a logical deal for the Padres themselves is because they have 7 shortstops on their roster already. You got Tatis already playing in right. You have Ha-Seong Kim. You have Jake Cronenworth. How many fucking shortstops do you need? Oh yeah, they just signed Xander Bogaerts. That's 4 great shortstops. How are you going to manage having another one in terms of a great prospect at that position? Just wouldn't make sense for them. Yeah, maybe Jason would make sense, but again, just sounds like they're saying the names that are important to the Yankees to make them know this is serious. We need some serious return. What that return will be, I'm seeing a lot of people out there kind of undervaluing what they were just a month ago. I don't know what happened between last month and this month to make you think that there's much of a difference here in what the trade package will be. One thing I will say is Michael King probably going to be involved. Clark Schmidt could be involved. Chase Hampton most likely will be involved. These guys are all going to probably be involved. They need pitching and they need major league ready pitching. Michael King is a young stud. I like him as a Yankee. I liked him in the bullpen. Showed me a lot as a starter this year. But that end of the season might have made him a great trade chip for Juan Soto. And if I had to pick, do we keep Michael King or get Juan Soto? I'm getting Juan Soto. Every Yankee fan should be on the same page there of getting Juan Soto in this deal. Michael King may have to go. And if we're looking at the entire roster and the entire organization, who are the players that are untouchable? You have your obvious ones. You have Judge, Cole. But other than that, if we're not going to name the obvious, right? If we're going with like the young players and who they'd want, I'd say everyone's available other than the Martian. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, does that mean Volpe may be on the block? Yes. One thing Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner would have to answer for if they did make a deal with Volpe involved. If this deal involves Volpe, why didn't we just sign Seager? Why didn't we just sign Semien? Why didn't we sign Bogaerts? Why didn't we sign Turner? Because your answer for all those players was, we have a stud in the minors named Anthony Volpe, and he's going to be our shortstop of the future. Now he's gone, and there could be a good answer for this. A good answer would be, we saw a lot out of Oswald Peraza. He's another great shortstop prospect that could be someone good for years to come. Just because it's not Volpe doesn't mean we didn't have someone in the wings. Peraza could take that spot, and we had to do what we had to do to get that piece, to get that missing piece, which is Juan Soto. That is a respectable answer to me. I don't know about the rest of the fan base, because he has become a fan favorite in Anthony Volpe. He has become a guy that everyone is rooting for. And if you just gave him away, it wouldn't sit right with Yankees fans. But I'd say if that is the deciding factor, they are not taking any deal that doesn't involve Volpe. I'm sorry, but Juan Soto is a missing piece. Peraza is a guy that can definitely some good work here and possibly become what we think Volpe is. Now, I don't think it will come to that because, like I said before, the shortstops there are already mounting. They may not want one. But this is more of a, if they really need Volpe, he cannot be the difference between us getting Soto and not getting Soto. The only guy that could be a stone wall in that, to me, is Dominguez. Dominguez is the only guy. I know he only played for 1 week, about a week. In that week, we saw everything. We saw the potential. You keep that guy around because he's also a missing piece in center field that we got rid of Harrison Bader for. He's the missing piece that we're keeping IKF off the team for. This is the guy that's going to fix that center field problem. He has been in the organization for so long, had so much hype. Just letting him go for Juan Soto, I don't know. I think a Judge, Soto, Dominguez outfield is the way to go. And I think we can do it without even giving up Volpe or Dominguez. Giving up guys like Spencer Jones, who, like I said, I am not the biggest believer in his hype. Other people are because of the similarities he has to Aaron Judge. But unless Spencer goes out and finds a way to get more consistent at the plate, because right now it seems like he's all power. And yes, he's young. He will develop into that. But can he do it at a high enough clip that he actually becomes someone like Aaron Judge? I don't see it. I really don't. And that's a very high bar to set for a prospect. I don't believe he gets there. He is a guy that can get us Juan Soto. Juan Soto's already that guy. Get Juan Soto, give up Spencer. The pitching prospects, look, it is what it is at this point. If you want a guy at the caliber of Juan Soto, it's going to cost a fuck ton. You're going to be giving up Chase Hampton. You're going to be giving up Michael King, most likely Clark Schmidt. All these guys that are MLB-ready pitchers are going because that's their biggest need. No one else is untouchable. Other than the top guys, top of the top, no one else is unavailable other than Dominguez. Everyone else can go. Now, if you give up a guy like Spencer Jones, it could lower the amount of pitching prospects you need because he's a #1 prospect. That's sort of the thinking there, is if you give up a Volpe, it could just literally be Volpe and Hampton for Soto, right? It might be Volpe, Hampton, Schmidt. That would be it because Volpe is such a highly regarded prospect in our system. It's not going to, we cannot give him up in a deal with that many guys. And I think the Padres know this. This is all a leverage play for San Diego. And I believe that the Yankees can also play this leverage game. If we take on a contract like Jake Cronenworth and we say, okay, we'll take on the Jake Cronenworth contract. Now the deal is just Chase Hampton, Clark Schmidt, and Michael King. But we're taking on Jake Cronenworth. Again, this may not be realistic, but there are ways the Yankees can leverage their way to not giving up much of anything. Obviously not in that way, but they will give up a lot, but it won't be to the extent that you'd think if they take on that type of contract. Because the main reason San Diego is giving away Juan Soto and having to trade him is because of money issues they're dealing. If you can take money off their back, taking Juan Soto off their hands, and you give them pitching prospects that can help the team, and then maybe a like Roderick Arias, who's a AA prospect, that could be enough. Do we want that? I don't know, because there's no real spot for Cronenworth. Cronenworth is a middle infielder. If we kept Volpe there, it would be Torres, Volpe, and I don't know who you're taking out for Jake Cronenworth, unless you're trading Gleyber Torres, but that's a completely different story. Anyways, I'm rambling a little too much here. This is a big deal that the Padres and Yankees are in at least preliminary discussions. And I Can't wait for this offseason to finally pick up. I'm hopefully going to be making a new video soon about how this offseason in the short term can save the relevancy of baseball, and more of a long-term way that baseball stay relevant during the offseason, because this offseason has been a fucking drag. I haven't posted in almost 2 weeks, and it's because this offseason has sucked. There is no real news coming out, even though few players have signed, but it's getting overcrowded by how many rumors there are. There are ways they could fix this, and I have those answers in the next video. But I'm done with this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below. If you're new here, hit that sub button. Help me hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year. Maybe we could hit 1,000 by next year and then go beyond that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.